Next, we'll hear from Miss Betty Kerrigan, who made a gift in memory of her husband, Charlie Kerrigan.
Jim, you will see here the sign that we did in memory of Charlie, and it has a picture there also. But I just like to say that over the years, if you followed Charlie around, if you were his shadow, or his coattail, he wore you out. He was a workaholic, and he always, if there wasn't anything to do, Charlie found something to do. The bad thing about that is he created the job and you did the work. He didn't have to do all that, but Charlie was born July 14 of 41 in Gastonia to the parents of John William and Margaret Nadine Myers. Of course, if Charles had lived until May the 12th, we would have been married 60 years. We have 4 children, 6 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. I have a daughter, Tanya, that's here. They can just raise their hands. Granddaughter, Kerrigan. Daughter, Sherry. Daughter, Lisa, which is Charlie Jr. She's the workaholic. We always said all she needed was a mustache. We definitely did Charlie Jr. We came to Cleveland County in the mid-70s, I think it was. And most of you probably are aware, but one of the first things Charlie ever did was we had the Gulf Station at Hudson Village. It was open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It was the only station that you could buy gas from Charlotte, Asheville. And they, like I said, they were open 24 hours. The next thing we knew, he had a little building put next to the service station, and they sold hot dogs and hamburgers. It was just a porch where you walked up, you didn't have a place to sit. Hot dogs, 3 for $1. Hamburgers, 2 for $1. And they served them up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. That was before Cleveland County ever got a McDonald's or Hardee's. When he was in the Gulf Station, he started buying cars. You can have people say, come get my car out of my yard. You just have it, just get it out of the way. He started going to Brandywine, Maryland, buying cars. So that's how the Kerrigan Auto Sales on the Long Branch came along, and we operated that for over 40 years. And then he was also the general manager at our Cherokee Auto Auction down on the bypass. Charlie's a former member of Bethlehem Baptist Church in Kings Mountain, where he served as a deacon, and he was chairman on the board at Grace Christian Academy in Kings Mountain, where I still serve as on the board. By the way, these guys behind me said, "Where's your Yeti shirt?" I'm the only female on the board, so I said, "You didn't bother telling me that you were wearing a Yeti shirt." I have to give them a hard time. Try to keep them straight, but you have all this group men, you try. Charlie was, like I say, a workaholic, so about the only hobby he had was he loved to fish, and he enjoyed fishing. We had a place at the beach, and he fished in the Intercoastal Waterway at Sunset Beach in Ocean Island. We were a sponsor, and I am still a sponsor of the American Legion World Series here in Shelby. We tried to. Charlie was a good, anything that he could contribute to keep the young people off the streets and give them something to do other than to become a gang member or something. So The World Series has been good, and it gave us the opportunity. We met so many celebrities through this American Legion. You know, you had Charlie Daniels, you had Martina McBride, Josh Turner, Montgomery Gentry, Brooks and Dunn. One of Charlie's favorites was Kelly Pickler. So we had the opportunity to meet them, and it was good for us. Charlie was willing to do, like I say, anything that he could do that would help with the education and keep the young people off the street. This is something that Charlie, when he was growing up, he did not have the opportunity to have the education that most young adults coming up to. It was due to his lifestyle, which we don't want to get into that. But fortunately, he lived and was 80 years old when he passed away. Charlie had a lot of health issues. He had 2 bypasses, 3 strokes, carotid artery, you name it, but the Lord left him here for 8 years. Thank you.
His parents Joe and Terry King, and he also named the King family locker room the home locker rooms that you see down here on this end of the building. So, Mike.
First, thank you for everybody that came today. You know, in 2018, when Dr. Hurst came here for the first time, there was a few of us that are still on the board that helped with the search committee and then ultimately hiring Dr. Hurst. And I remember the first time that we interviewed him, he started talking about athletics. And to be honest with you, I thought, athletics at a community college in Shelby, I just couldn't wrap my head around that. Well, that night we went to dinner, Lisa will remember that, and we talked about it all the way to dinner and all the way back to their hotel that night. By the time I left there, it actually intrigued me. I started looking into it a little bit, and then we're here today. And obviously his vision for this college can be seen everywhere. I talked to Dr. Mack just yesterday about what is going on with this college. And you know, it's amazing to me when people have a vision and they want to get something done, things like this happen. And whenever I was approached about honoring my parents, you know, when my parents passed away, 7 months between each other, I remember we talked about it a lot. After we would stand in those receiving lines and they were so close together, there was a lot of people that would come through and said, your parents helped me do this, or your parents did this. And I never knew the majority of the things that people said. I never knew any of that. And because they didn't talk about it. They wanted to do it for the right reason. And, you know, whenever Grayson and Mary approached me about honoring them, I said, my parents really wouldn't want their name on anything. Like, that's not who they were. But, you know, the more I thought about it, I wanted to honor them in the right way. And I believe that, you know, when you're giving something, you should try to give back to this community. And this college has done a lot of good things for this county. And the first thing that's ever asked, and the county commissioners that are here can certainly attest to this, is about when when somebody comes here to create a job, the first thing they ask is about the workforce. Do we have the trained workforce? And the answer is yes, and it's because of this institution. And it's very important that we as a community and as donors and as elected officials like these guys support this college. It's important that we would not be able to do economic development in this county without this community college. And I've served on the board some 10 years, and I'm proud of what has been done here. I know that the sky's the limit for this institution, and it's a pleasure to donate my finances to name this locker room and for the school board in honor of my parents. My parents were, you know, very committed people to this community. We lived here all of our life, and I couldn't think of anything better than to honor my parents and the legacy that they'll leave. And you know, this is not about their name or this, you know, basketball team, baseball team, or whatever. The money that was given, it goes to scholarships, and it goes for people that need an education, that need a job, and that can make our county better. So Thank you again for being here. It's an honor to serve on the trustees, and I'm so glad that you're here today. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, I invite our longest-serving trustee to the podium, Mr. Alan Langley, who has generously named the basketball scoreboard in honor of his daughters, Chloe and Gracie.
I've had the honor of serving on the Cleveland Community College Board of Trustees since 2013. In fact, Dr. Hurst, and he only said a part of my introduction, he always is happy to tell everybody that I'm the oldest, he meant longest serving trustee. The college has evolved so much during my tenure on this board, largely because of Dr. Hurst's vision. Stand up, Dr. Hurst, and let us give you a round of applause. I'm so proud to be a part of the great things that happen here at this institution. Sports have changed the environment here so much. Today, you're experiencing that change. Look around. All the faces of these young people and all of these visitors. Now, Dr. Hurst, don't answer this question. On today's date, 1 year ago, does anybody know what was going on in this gym that day a year ago? Besides Dr. Hurst, what's the answer, Dr. Hurst? That's exactly right. Absolutely nothing. There was nothing going on until this happened. And so he's got me on that twice. He'll ask me that, and I'll say, yeah, I don't remember. And he said, absolutely nothing. So besides my faith, my family is the most important thing to me. So it makes me happy to be joined by several family members here today. And when I introduce you all stand up. My lovely wife, Mandy. My youngest daughter, Gracie. My oldest daughter, Chloe. Matthew, Chloe's boyfriend. My much older sister, Connie.
Thank you.
My other much older sister, Kathy. And for some reason, my brother-in-law is sitting with the wrong sister. I hope you didn't. Okay, and this is Joe. So, nobody else. Dr. Bowen, you can be a part of my family too. Just go ahead and stand up. Dr. Laura Bowen. So, it's great to have them here. Now you can be seated. Recently, I had the privilege to name the softball scoreboard in honor of my mom and my dad. And now I'm pleased to honor my daughters, two of my favorite people, most of the time, by naming the Chloe and Gracie Langley scoreboard. I want to thank the college for the opportunity to be able to give the gift of hope, because that's what it is. This is an investment in all of our students, and they are our future. I'm so thankful to know this gift will continue giving for years to come. Thank you, Dr. Hurst.
Thanks so much for your support and generosity. And now for the big moment. I'll ask Ms. Christine Cribb, President of Cleveland County Chamber of Commerce, to come forward to bring the ribbon and the ceremonial scissors. The ribbon cutting is sponsored by Duke Energy. And so I will ask the trustees, foundation board members, and our athletic staff to please join me.
All right, on the count of three, we are going to cut this ribbon. Congratulations to everyone involved in making this fabulous thing happen. 1, 2, 3.
Now that we have officially opened the new Yeti's gym, let's play ball and go Yetis!
Well, I wondered if, see, when the commissioners gave it away to Chloe, when did you actually see it?
Matthew was like, "You're really not
Getting ready to play ball. Getting ready to tip off.
We're on the tape.
You're what?
We're tipping off.